Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Today we are taking a look at the Rike knife Tulay. Rike, not to be mistaken with rake. This is Rike, R-I-K-E. And this is the Tulay. Bright colors down there. You guys can see them. I have to say this does come from the Apex Pass Around group. So thank you very much to the Apex Pass Around group for the opportunity to check out the Tulay. But here it is. Now, the very interesting part about the Tulay is it is an integral piece of G10. So it's one solid piece of G10 milled out. Then, of course, you have these like neon green, what do they call it? Is it neon green they call it? Fluorescent green. Fluorescent green, kind of yellowish inlays there, G10 as well on the inlays. But yeah, that whole integral G10, that really, I've seen it on titanium. I think this is the first knife I've seen it with G10. So very, very interesting. A lot of milling going on, as you can see, for texture, for grip, which does work very, very well. As you can see there on the inlays, there's a bit of texture on the inlays, not a lot, but a bit. But then the texturing on the black portion of the G10 for sure. Nice little pop of color there on the pivot. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but it does just give it a nice little shot of color. Stainless pocket clip, right hand tip up carry only. Now it does not have recessed pocket clip screws, but the pocket clip, not bad. Not bad in pocket. You do have a decent amount of room under there. They probably could have went with a little bit smaller screw heads, but they didn't. But definitely probably could have. And on this side, nope, you just got that kind of a filler piece. Give it an extra little flash, I guess, but it is right hand only. Nice deep carry though. Wow. Definitely deep carry. As you can see there, it is a flipper tab. Definitely has some, it has definitely got some jimping on that flipper tab. I mean, look at that. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Oh, let's see our centering. Centering is not bad. Pretty darn good. Action. Really pretty darn good action. Got a 154 cm blade on it. Kind of a bead blast finish. Looks really nice. There you go. 154 cm. Now this one says number 16. I haven't really read or seen anything where it talks about numbering. But yeah, this one definitely says it's number 16. So that's kind of cool. And then you go Tulay right there and some fancy writing. Not a lot of billboarding. I think that's nice. It's there, but it's small. It's very sort of nondescript. Nice swedge. Got that kind of elongated drop point. Let's check our choil. Looks pretty good. Yeah, not bad at all. Grinds look pretty good on it. Flat ground. Nice swedge across the spine. Definitely got some ramp. A ramp with some jimping. That definitely helps out that grip. Really helps lock you in. For sure. Really nice. Let's get some specs and then we'll talk about everything overall. What are we looking at? I'll have to move it down just a little bit. Let's do this. I'm going to angle. There you go. So what do we got here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're looking at about 8 3/4 fully open. Blade pretty much all of 5 inches, so you're going to have a 3 3/4 inch blade, and that's pretty much what your cutting edge is too. I mean, you can see that's where the handle ends. That's where you're, yeah, pretty much right about 3 3/4 on your cutting edge. Grip length. What do we got for grip length? That's definitely gonna, we're definitely gonna talk about that. So, I mean, all of 4 inches, maybe just a hair more, but pretty good sized knife as far as length goes. There's our PM2. Kind of check that out. So definitely the Tulay has got the PM2 as far as overall length goes. A little more narrow profile, of course. And we'll throw our bug out up there just for kicks, because that's what we do. So obviously the Tulay is a much larger knife than that as well. Let's see, what else do we got? What else can we look at that might give us a... Let's check it out here. Let's check out with the old guard from MBK. Yep, definitely a much larger knife than that as well. So good long knife, nearly 9 inches. You're gonna get your money's worth on that one. Good size knife. Weight wise, let's see. Let's see here. What do we got? We have grams first. Okay. 98 grams. 3.5 ounces. That's a really, really good weight for the length. Our blade length is 3 3/4, so we're actually underneath that ounce per inch of blade, that kind of, you know, measuring stick that we use sometimes. It's a really, really good weight for sure. Carries well. We'll talk about the carry right now. I mean, you guys could see that deep carry. I mean, it's gone. It absolutely disappears in the pocket for sure. Clip is pretty darn good. A little light, not bad though. I never ever felt like it was gonna fall out of my pocket or anything like that. I was pretty smooth in and out of pocket. No, like I said, some of your thicker jeans might have a little bit of a hang-up issue with the clip screws there, but overall, I didn't have much issue with it. Overall, Tulay, what do I like? What do I don't like? You know, I really like the integral G10. I think that's pretty cool. Not really my color as far as the inserts, the G10 inlays are talking about. They're done well. They're done very, very well. I mean, I cannot feel transitions on these. They are done so very, very well. Now, they do have a black G10 with red G10 inlays. Okay, now you got my attention. But they also have a red and black layered G10 with carbon fiber inlays. Whoo! That one definitely got my attention. That is a good looking knife. There'll be a description. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can check out all the models. I think they have black and carbon fiber inlays, black and the green, black and red, red carbon fiber, or red and black G10 with the carbon fiber inlays. And there's one, I believe there's one other one as well. So back to what I like and what I don't like. It's really odd, the blue. We've seen this on a couple of knives recently, where they have this kind of steely blue pivot collars, and it just really doesn't match the overall look of the knife. I mean, does it bother me? No, it doesn't really bother me, but it does look a little odd. And from what I can tell, it's that color pivot collar, no matter what knife you get. Whether you get this one or the red inlay or the red and black G10 with the carbon fiber inlay, you still have that kind of steely blue pivot collar. Okay. I mean, that's just what they went with. Inset liner lock. The liner, good access to your liner lock. The action is really, really good. Not super drop shutty, but I mean, yeah, it goes quick. I mean, come on, that's not bad. Detent, yeah, the detent's dialed in pretty well on this one. Definitely light switch. Let's try push button. Yeah, you can push button, a little harder to push button, but definitely a light switch. Now we're talking about the flipper tab. Definitely the one thing, I'm not overly crazy about the aggressiveness of the jimping on the flipper tab. It's a pretty good size flipper tab. Nice, big, round, kind of gear looking flipper tab. Not stoked about that. We'll put it that way. Aesthetically, yeah, not really. And then it's just, I mean, it's good size. It kind of sticks out their ways. I mean, trust me, I've seen a lot of them that stick out, but the jimping on there, if you're going to flip it and mess with it, it's definitely going to get, well, it got to me, we'll put it that way. But even in this grip, if I like get a good grip on it, I mean, you see what it does to my finger. Yeah, it's a little, if you're going to use it and get a good grip on it, I mean, you could come back, but when I come back on it, then I start bringing that pocket clip kind of into an abnormal position. And like right now, everything else about the knife in hand, great. Great. And I don't have a like death grip. I don't have a really tight grip, but I can still kind of feel that jimping. Now, if I wanted to get a tight grip on it to use it, yeah, I mean, it definitely. So if you like the knife and would get it, I mean, you know, there's some, it might need some attention. We'll put it that way, you know, unless it doesn't bother you. Then if it doesn't bother you, well, then there you go. Definitely not a forward finger choil. It is a sharpening choil. You're going to get yourself into trouble, I think, if you try to use that as a forward finger choil. Just because, well, one, if you try to stay back on it, you're going to be back on that jimping. I don't think you're going to like that. And the space just isn't big enough. And like right there, I'm right on the corner of that blade. And I can definitely, it's a sharp blade. I can feel it. So overall, I kind of like the design. It's a little bit more along the futuristic where you've got the straight angles for the most part. But overall, you know, I don't mind it. I kind of like the look of it. Now, this exact color scheme, not my first choice. You know, I'm not big on the bright yellow. Be good if you're working outside, though. You drop this, you're not going to lose it because it's nice and bright. That's for sure. But, I mean, overall, what's this guy cost? $140 for this one. The carbon fiber models, the layered G10 with carbon fiber, those cost $150. So not a whole lot of price difference for, say, upgraded materials, if you will. Still 154 cm on the blade. So really, all you're getting is the carbon fiber inlays as far as difference goes. You know, overall, it's not bad. I think it's one of those that you're probably going to either, to me, you're either going to like it or you're not. You know, I could be wrong in that. That's just kind of the feeling and the overall attitude, I guess, I have with it. I don't know. Not bad, though. Not bad. Definitely that jimping, that's the biggest issue with it for me. Pocket clip, not an issue. It's pretty darn comfortable. Otherwise, yeah, good size knife. Definitely exceeds those 3-inch length restrictions that some people have. Definitely way past that. Blue liked it. He gave it an 8. It's a solid knife. It does its job very well. It's just that jimping on that flipper tab kind of, you know, that is definitely a little bit of a detractor. I mean, there you go. I haven't been messing with it for a while, and I've still got a mark there. So, I mean, it's definitely a thing. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, because there's a lot of people out there that can fix it and take care of it. But it's probably a thing that a few people at least are going to want to address. But thanks again, once again, to the Apex Pass Around group for the opportunity to check out the Rike Tulay. Pretty solid knife overall, with that one little exception of the flipper tab, the jimping. Thank you very much, guys, for checking it out with me. I always appreciate it. Remember, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to y'all. And until next time, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.